봐야 될 것 같습니다.
자, 맞습니다. 그 지금까지 소닉스타 리그가 결승전은 뭐 4대0, 4대1, 4대2, 최고가 4대2였거든요. 거의 다 4대0이었는데 자, 오늘 과연 어떤 그 스코어가 나올 수 있을지 들어왔네요. 자, 두 번째 세트 구성원과 박준호 구성원의 경기입니다. 어떤 경기 나올지 지금 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 그럼 뜨거운 호응 부탁드리겠습니다. 투원 경기입니다.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've just got the first picture from our Polish barcraft here, so I'll put that on screen in a second after we get the positions. Alright, looks like Killer going to spawn at the bottom left here. Has a yellow Zerg once again. That means Hiya will be top right, and I believe the map is now Fighting Spirit. Hiya, of course, in the 1-0 lead. So, yeah, well, nothing too crazy going on. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Alright, for some reason it's sideways, but this is good old Mazor. You may know him as one of the awesome players who qualified for TLS Season 2. And he's, look at that, watching on the widescreen TV. There's like more pixels on that TV in the entire game in Broodor, like all of the code. But, yeah, man, they got like neon green lights and everything, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Alright, where'd my chat go?
구성훈 선수 같은 경우는 엠벨을 좀 늦게 지으면서 투배럭에서 경력 꾸준하게 찍고 쓰리배럭이 되자마자 바로 공격을 나가서 뚫어버렸거든요.
네, 그게 구성훈이거든요.
Anyway.
전 조일장 선수의 매치에서도 이런 비슷한 전략을 쓰지 않았습니까?
아, 그럼요. 그러니까 알고도 못 막는 걸 쓰는 거예요. 그러니까 지금도 막
So,
여러 가지 사실 대비했고 병력과
yeah, hopefully Killer makes Sunkens this time. I think that is in fact the lesson to be learned from game number 1. Make Sunkens, and thou shalt succeed. Because seriously, if Killer plays like that amazingly and doesn't take a huge hit like that early on, I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll just crush Hiya. He just played so amazingly well after that. So we're gonna have a 12 hatch here from Mr. Killer. He didn't do the super early drone scout like he did last game. I think I was just a touch ahead of that hatchery drone. So that's pretty normal. And they are cross map spawns. The map is excuse me. The map is Fighting Spirit, so they should both be very familiar with it. Both these guys do play a lot of games on the Fish Ladder, streaming on Afrika. So, and of course, Fish Ladder games almost exclusively use Fighting Spirit. So I'm sure they both have hundreds, if not thousands, of games on Fighting Spirit under their belts. In the meantime, it's looking like a 1-rank expand opening again from Hiya, while Killer appears to be doing a 3-hatch opening as well. So yeah, this is quite curious here. I mean, I would have thought maybe Killer wouldn't do anything crazy, but I would have thought that Hiya would try something. Maybe he doesn't want to go crazy in the early game. Maybe he's saving his new crushes and stuff for later, so gonna try and get himself in a good position first. That was pretty cute, by the way. Notice he hit his SCV so that the drone scout wouldn't see it. And so right now, Killer actually doesn't know that this is a 1-rank expand. I mean, he probably assumes that it is, but he hasn't confirmed it yet. And he's just gone for a 3-hatch anyway, so he's not overly worried about this. But yeah, nice little aggressive scout denial by that single Marine, really keeping that drone away. I mean, Killer still hasn't seen the expansion at all, so for all he knows, this could actually just be like a 1-base 2-Rax Academy all-in or something silly, or some kind of fast tech playoff 1-base. But I don't know. I think it's pretty unlikely, especially given how aggressive like the 1-Marine scout denial like this has been. Anyway, it's gonna be a 1-Rax expand into the fast +1 attack for the Marines, and then presumably 4 or 5 barracks style. That is very common nowadays. And wow, look at this! Scouting SCV barely get to the main base. Doesn't see anything too interesting. He sees it as a 3-hatch build. I don't actually remember if the SCV saw that third hatchery before it left the main base, but he definitely knows about it now. So he knows exactly what's coming. It is almost certainly going to be 3-hatch Muta. In these cross positions especially, I don't think going for lurkers is that great of an idea. And the natural on this map is kind of basically designed for Muta harass, so it's pretty nice. Interestingly, is that the academy before the second barracks? Or is that a second barracks in the... Well, I don't know, I don't see a second barracks from Hiya actually, so it looks like he's got one... Oh, actually, wait, is that normal? No, that's actually probably normal now that I think about it. I guess if you're going for fast +1, you can actually get the academy next. Yeah, okay, that seems reasonable. Sorry, I'm clearly not a Terran player. I am a manly Protoss player. And even then, I don't know Protoss builds either, so, you know, that's not even like an excuse. It's like, I'll be casting Protoss games and say completely stupid shit as well. Like, oh, well, no excuse anymore. But we do actually have a Hydra than this, so it looks like Killer actually is going for lurkers. Sometimes players will get a den just to kind of fake out the Terran so that you can get the Hydra den as well as the Spire at the same time. Oh man, that's not going to work. There's no way that would work. I mean, that SimCity is designed to stop stuff like that. Notice he's built a depot on the side to make a semi-wall with a bunker and a command center. Some Terran players will even build a bunker directly between the depot and the command center to make a full wall. But obviously then you have to kill the bunker to get like tanks out and stuff. So Hiya just left a gap there to let himself get out. But that Ling poke, by the way, so that seems bad, but I think that actually is part of a mind game here, because when you go for a Muta opening, oftentimes the Zerg will, right before the Mutas come out, they'll go in with a Ling attack to try and kill as many Marines as possible, so when the Mutas get to the base, there's a much lower Marine count and you can harass more effectively. So that aggressive Ling poke might trick Hiya into preparing for Mutalisks when there are none. But he does have scans now, so if he scans the den, he'll obviously know what's coming on. But of course, because there's 3 locations where the tech could be, of course, the main hatch, the natural hatch, or the third hatch, if he guesses wrong and doesn't see the den, he may just prepare for Mutas, and that would be pretty bad. But it doesn't look like he's doing so. I don't see any turrets going up in the mineral lines just yet. So it seems that Hiya is still not quite sure what's going on. I mean, if he sees Lurker, he should probably build a turret / a second bunker at the front. That's a pretty common response. There are the Lurker eggs morphing as we see. And yes, he's building a second bunker at the front, so he definitely knows it is Lurkers now. He knows exactly what is going on. Not faked out. I don't know if he just scanned the den or not, but either way, well, I assume he did. Because, you know, normally you would not expect Lurkers coming, so he must have gotten some clear indication what was going on. So he's now moving out to start putting on some pressure. He doesn't want the Lurkers to just run all the way up to his base and start kind of containing him / sieging him down. And are these going to be stop Lurkers? Stop Lurkers? That medic might have seen it though. Yeah, I think they're stop Lurkers, but I think the medic saw it. I think it was just a little bit too slow. So you can see Hiya moving all the way around. The problem is he doesn't have that many Marines, so I think if he just gets surrounded by Lurker Ling, he'll just die. At least this Marine force will die. But he definitely saw the Lurker. So like a cute attempt there by Killer, but not quite gonna work here. But uh-oh. The Lurker Ling though is gonna surround this group of Marines. He's gonna go for it. No. Oh man, but why did the Lurkers come from the top? They should have came from the side. That was weird. I don't know what was going on there. I thought he had a perfect surround there, but it's like, nope. Nope. And we do have the Queen's Nest now on the way. I need to take a close third as well, by the way, because since he went Lurker Ling instead of Mutiling, it's a little bit hard to defend that like super far away base, especially from drops. He doesn't have a Spire yet, so he can't scourge drops easily. So in this case, it's actually better to get close bases, so you're not as vulnerable to that kind of stuff. At least for the time being, until you get Nidus Canals with your Hive. But this is gonna be interesting because what we're gonna see now is because he didn't go Hive, because he didn't spend all that gas on Muta, which are very gas heavy, of course, he's gonna have a really substantial Lurker Ling army here in the mid game, a lot larger than you would normally. Well, of course, I mean, it sort of sounds obvious, but it's gonna be like really much stronger ground force compared to what you'd normally see with the Zerg going 3-hatch Muta. And we can see he's now getting a delayed Spire. That's primarily just for Scourge to deal with drops and science vessels. It wouldn't really make much sense to go for Mutas this late in the game. And again, Killer's kind of moving his lurkers a little bit forward here, allowing Hiya to get an arc off. He has actually stacked the lurkers though. You can't borrow lurkers directly on top of each other, so even if Hiya scans it, he can't tell how many lurkers there are. That looks like 4 lurkers, but it could be 5 or 6. I'm not actually sure how many he stacked there. And that could actually bait Hiya into going for a big stim attack when in fact he'll just get slaughtered because there's way more lurkers than he expects. Could be quite interesting. Although if your arc is good enough, it doesn't, or you can actually deal with a lot of lurkers just with Medic Marine. Anyway, third base is up and running now, and Hiya's going, or sorry, Killer's going up to Hive. So, you know, the transition into late game is going to be fairly similar. And man, look at a bit of a counterattack, not going to do anything. 3 bunkers there. Notice that because Hiya has almost his entire ground force out on the map now, he's just sent out a big reinforcement group now to the front as well. He's got those 3 bunkers just to prevent any kind of backstabs and stuff. It's very common for, you know, the Zerg to try maybe kind of just send a couple of lurkers and a bunch of links to go do a backstab. And here we go. It looks like Hiya gonna try to pick off a couple of these lurkers, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that. Hiya trades 3 Marines for 2 lurkers. Super cost effective for Hiya, and this is the danger of going lurker link. This is why, you know, it's not very favorable nowadays to do it, just because Terran players have such good Marine control that it's pretty difficult to you know, to get efficient trades off unless you have a lot of supporting units. So it looks like the first siege tanks are now out. I'm gonna start sieging out those lurkers. The final mount is on the way. It's still a little ways away. Even if the mount finishes and you get the filers, he really needs to have consumed to be effective. And it looks like Killer's going for a counterattack. Killer does not want to engage the army. Is he going for a counter or a flank? It looks to me like a counterattack. Meanwhile, a dropship is moving out. There are some Scourge here. Where's it gonna go? Is he just gonna set up for a big flank? The army's actually moving back now. It looks like it might have just been for a flank. The lurkers at the front are getting sieged down. Killer doesn't seem to be decided on what he wants to do right now. He's just trying to buy some more time. I think he's just trying to buy time, but no! Here we go! The flank is being set up here because they have huge surrounds on Hiya's army. Hiya does not know about this. There's a drop in the back of the natural. It looks like Killer's gonna have to deal with this first. Oh man, a few random Scourge getting picked off there as they fly across. And these Marines actually getting a nice position behind the minerals. Gonna kill a lot of Lings. Looks like gonna get picked up and flown over to the main base. Unfortunately for them, they actually lost the medic, which is the crucial part of that drop. But here we go. The lurkers at the front are getting picked up. The Marines are running in. I think that's premature though. There's a lot of lurkers still alive. I don't think that was a good idea by Hiya. That was not a good idea. Now the lurkers are moving in the back. Hiya making a mistake, going in far too early and losing his entire army. However, he is dropping in the back of the main base. He's killed a few more drones here in the main. He's got a nice position behind the minerals. He's gone for a run by with the rest of his army, but that's been blocked at the ramp. And I mean, this is all that's left of that gigantic army. Hiya, I don't know why he ran in there so early. There were 4 lurkers left. I think he got a little bit maybe overconfident in his Marine control. And it looks like a few lurkers are even going to block reinforcements here from Hiya. Oh my god, Hiya not really paying attention. Going to lose a lot of these Marines that were supposed to reinforce. Does pick off the lurkers, but Hiya now is in huge trouble. You can see it on his face. Killer now, oh my god, with a gigantic lurker swarm, is going to start bearing down on the Terran natural. And he's actually gone from the side as well. He's gone via the Terran's third base to attack his natural. So you can see this army moving across the map. He's not even going to see it coming. Oh man, that is ridiculous. Even if the army was in position, that's just so many lurkers there. So for some reason, Killer's just waiting still. Maybe, he was just waiting for the consume, and now he's going to go in. Yeah, he's just going to load up on that Defiler energy. Oh, but the SCV sees it though. The SCV sees it. Hiya knows it's coming. He's going to pull everything back. He's got to defend here. And if he can defend, actually, against his attack, he might be in an okay position. But he's got to stop it early, though, with these Dark Swarms coming out. He does not want these Dark Swarms to go down around those bunkers. Bunkers will do no good if the lurkers are under swarm. They will be invincible. He's going to try and move forward. He's going to try and pick off more units. He needs to snipe the Defiler. He targets Defiler, but the Defiler moves out of range. He's got a few units trying to pick it off. Is he going to get the Defiler? No! The Defiler survives with 6 HP, and it gets irradiated. Even though it only had almost no HP left, Hiya still just knew the danger. He had to use an irradiate to pick it off. So now these lurkers without additional Dark Swarms are going to be stopped sort of by these bunkers, although there's still a lot of lurkers left. And looks like they're just going to try and poke forward and grab this extra bunker as well. Looks like it's not even, doesn't even have anything in it. But yeah, it looks like Hiya's positioned his army at 3 o'clock now to intercept any more units that are coming that way. But with the Defilers on the map, it's just so hard for him. Oh man, looks like he's even getting a bit messed up on his army control here. He's really being pulled every which way. Meanwhile, I think I see a drone moving to the top left to take another base. I'm not sure if that's drone. I think that's drone. And God, that is so many lurkers. Looks like they're just going to leapfrog forward a little bit. There is a siege tank actually in a bit of a random location there. I'm a little surprised there's nothing in that bunker though. But oh man, it looks like a big engagement in the middle of the map. The vessel's not quite going to get picked off. Nice pullback by Hiya. But he's got lurkers in his naturals, so that's not good. That is in fact not ideal. Oh god, the lurkers are even in the SCV line right now. Hiya has lost control of his natural. He's got a standing army on the map. That's not really going to do him any good here. Even if he tries a big counterattack, a few Dark Swarms will just put an end to that. So I don't really see how this counter is supposed to work here. Dark Swarms basically just stop any kind of counterattack. Plague on the army as well. Plaguing the entire thing. Doesn't bother using Dark Swarms. Everything is down to 1 HP. And this has got to be it. I mean, Hiya is stubbornly refusing to leave this game, but he's completely dead. The natural command center is lifted. It is on fire. His ground army on the map is basically gone now. It's just a couple of random units at the 6 o'clock base. Hiya has nothing left here. He doesn't want to give up, but it's over, man. It's over. Out the game, Hiya. You're done. You are toast. Oh no, and the last vessel falls as well. Hiya losing even the last shreds of hope. Science vessels, of course, always giving Terrans, science vessels and siege tanks giving Terrans a reason to stay in TVZs much longer than they should. But this has gotta be it. Another nice play going off there. I mean, you can see Killer not even bothering to take a fourth base, in fact. GG! Killer evens up the score with some very solid Lurker Ling play there. And we are now 1